we're back. Well, where were we, really? Hey, everybody, it's Joe Gatto from Two Cool Moms. I'm here with my friend.
Make a wish and hope it comes true. I'm here.
Yes, you're here.
I'm on the set of Two Cool Moms. I was just wishing I was here.
And you're here.
Joe.
Steve.
Joe, it's good to... Joe,
we
you're
did
here.
It. We did it.
It's so good to see you. Hey, guys.
Hey, look, we're all here. You're here.
Hey,
You're here. You're here. Steve Byrne, Two Cool Moms. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you guys. We are in the thick of it.
We really are.
There has been so many dilemmas being thrown our way.
So many.
And we've been solving problems.
A tsunami of them.
If you will.
It's like Moses parting the... We're right in the thick of it.
That's it. We're holding it down.
Yeah.
As Gandalf, you shall not pass in these problems. And we're all the surfboards in the tsunami of life. And that's what I've always said. Oh man,
you've always been consistent in that regard.
There's one thing I've always
never
said.
not said that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever not said that we've been surfboards in the tsunami of life. Oh, Stephen.
Yes.
If we were just speaking of this in my home about if it came down to it and you had to like protect your family or deal with, not protect like as if somebody's coming to hurt them,
right.
More like, okay, there was, an earthquake or a disaster or something, you'd have to be in charge and do this. How much would your significant other trust that you knew what you were doing and or follow you?
Someone's dying. Maybe one or two. Most likely me.
Would you just say, Jess, get us out of this and just hold on? I'll carry the kids.
It'd be the opposite. Yeah. I mean, Jess would be the one that'd be like, okay, this is what we're doing. And I'm like, okay, guys, just listen to mom.
We prepared for this.
And I'll be a burro.
Yeah.
I'm the donkey. I'll hold stuff, and you all get out.
I would just be dropping dogs in a backpack.
Oh my God, where's your U-Haul?
I'd have to be hoofing it with like all these pups.
You have
a dog
30,
walker,
correct?
Yeah. In the sanctuary, we got like 30.
That's unbelievable.
We have to get.
Yeah, Jess is the. I mean, she does everything.
When you were younger, did anything happen in your house that there was like a scare or anything like that, when you were younger that you remember your parents had to jump into action? I only had one thing that we thought there was gunfire, but it ended up being some rapscallions throwing.
Excuse me. What?
And I searched for that word. You told me looking for it.
Is that a real word?
Yeah, rapscallion. Yeah, that's like a rabble rouser, right? A rapscallion, like a little.
Is it rapscallion though? I always thought it was something else.
Have you tried the rapscallions? Today's specials. Rapscallion, look it up.
Rapscallion is a mischievous person.
Wow.
Look at that. Huh? Is it rap? R-A-P? Rapscallion.
Rap.
Would it be?
As in a song.
Oh, rap as in a song. Rapscallion.
You're right.
So there's this gang of rapscallions, and we had, you remember those old screen doors that were half tin on the bottom and the top was screen? So they threw some rocks at the door and they hit the door, ding, ding, ding. And we didn't know what the hell it was. And my dad runs the doors and sees these kids running. And my dad was a big, scary gentleman. He was like 6'3", right? So he runs out and he runs to the gate. And he says, well, get out of here, whatever. And my brother-in-law, who was dating my sister at the time, Vinny, Big Vin, comes running out behind my father to like protect the house. And I was right with them, ran out.
Yeah.
And my dad just looks at Vinny, he opens the door and he goes, get him. And Vinny just starts striking at these kids.
Really?
And these raps.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, and they took off.
Want him.
They took off. He caught one.
Did he really?
Yeah, and he dragged them back to the house. And we realized he realized it was like these little kids, so we just like brought him in. And my dad just called the police he said the cops said, what do you want to do? He said, just scare them so they know not to mess with the place. So as the kid was like mouthing off to Vinny. He was like, you assaulted me, you're gonna go to prison. And Vinny, who just started dating my sister at the time, goes, you think I'm scared? I'll go back. Like that, but he just said it. Line. And my sister Carla was like, and my mother looked at Carla, and Carla went, no. Like he's just saying it. Yeah, but that was the only thing I remember at my house. We were like, oh, something,
springing into action.
Action, yeah.
I remember, I don't know anything at our home that we sprang into action over, but I remember I was everybody else in college was going to Florida or Texas for spring break, and me and my two roommates, we went to Canada. We're like, let's just go the opposite.
Oh,
let's go where nobody's going.
Yeah.
We're like, let's go to Toronto. So we went to Toronto. We had a blast. It was a total good time. But remember one day we were walking along this main drag, and you just hear this yelp, like this high pitch, what? Like that. And we all turned and looked, and this woman got drilled by a car.
Oh, no.
Like, she got chucked up in the air.
Like a flip ski.
I saw food flying. She must have been getting her lunch or whatever. So food's flying.
That's the worst part.
And she hits the ground. We like run over, and we see this Jeep take off. And I just like lethal weaponed it, like Mel Gibson. I got and I am just sprinting down the street, and I was like 40 pounds lighter than. So I was like, zoo. And I rush down, and I catch this guy, like he's in traffic, and I go, you hit that woman, you turn around right now, turn around. He goes, well, I got to turn around. I go, I'll do it right now. And I stood in the middle of the road. This is like a main drag in Toronto, like here in New York, right? I go, go ahead, turn around. The light turns green. He floors it. So I take off after him again. One of my other roommates is trying to catch up, and he's like, he was like fat. He's like, I can't do it. Go.
It's like me and you chasing.
So I'm going up, and I get up to him to the next light, and I wasn't going to do the same thing. So I ran inside to a bank. I go, that guy hit a car. Give me your phone. And I called the cops, and I wrote down the license plate. And I said, which direction is that? They're like, north. I go, what street? And then whatever. So I gave all the information to the cops. I go, this red Jeep hit this woman. Then I ran back, and an ambulance was putting her into the thing. That was like the one time I like.
Wow, you're a real
sprang
hero.
into action. But I hope they caught the guy. Yeah.
Holy cow.
That was really my only like
heroic. That's phenomenal.
But you
You're
see
like
a woman
Batman.
get plowed by a Jeep.
Oh,
I
you're
think
gonna do
anybody
something
would be
about
like,
it. Yeah, you're gonna run after and write down the letters of their license plate like a real hero. That's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna go and you're not gonna try to open the door or whatever.
no, I'm not going to assault him.
No, you're
and,
not gonna do
you
that.
know,
No,
get
you're
dragged
like,
and-
I'll write a stern letter. I will write a stern letter to the DM vehicles. I had the only time I had to spring in that bad was I told you about the rundown I had at Ross for Less.
No.
I was working in LA. I was working at Nordstrom.
Okay.
And I used to park at Ross for Less because you could park for free there. And they used to charge you $5 to park in the mall parking lot at the Grove.
Oh, at the Grove, yeah.
Yeah, so I used to like just park at Ross for Less.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look for a parking spot at Ross for Less, and a guy.
It's definitely just called Ross.
Ross for Less?
I don't think it's called. That's like you're including the tagline. It's just Ross.
Well, Ross, for less.
I eat at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So I'm at Ross. Okay, so I was at Ross.
Does it say for less underneath it?
I think it does.
I think it's a tagline though.
Ross for Less.
But you should just say Ross, yeah.
Okay, so I'm at Ross, guys. What do you want? You're missing the point of the story.
Is that next to TJ Maxx?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All one shopping center.
Yep.
So I'm at Ross, and as I'm going to find a parking spot, a guy in front of me. There's like an old school like Civic with the passenger door open, and it's just slow rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And then a guy comes flying out with arms full of goods and dives in the car. It slams and takes off out of the parking lot. So I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? And as I'm slowly driving, a security guard stops in front of my car and goes, stop. And then another one opens my passenger door, jumps in and goes, follow that car. And the other guy jumps in the back.
Security officers?
Security.
Not cops.
No, security officer.
Okay.
And I go, okay. And we start chasing this.
Really?
We start chasing the Civic. And we're through the streets of LA, right? But they don't know it's me because they don't know I'm an unmarked vehicle. So they don't know that the guy's got in my car or whatever. So the guy lays my seat back, the security guard who's sitting shoddy.
Wow.
Lays the seat back, goes, okay, here's what we're going to do. And he goes, I'm going to, I have this. He has a box cutter. He goes, the next light we get to, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to slash his tires.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, this sounds like a plan, right?
Yeah.
And so as they're going, he's talking in the, one guy's up front, one guy's in the back. And the guy goes, he's like in pursuit, and he reads the license plate out to him. He's like, in pursuit, blah, 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 in pursuit, white Honda Civic RXV 422.
Yeah.
And then, he's calling it in. And the guy in the back goes, copy. He was
No!
talking, I swear to
He's
God.
they're talking
he's
to each
talking
other?
over the
Oh, my
walkie-talkies.
God.
So I'm like, what the? So I was like, all right, this is going to be fantastic. What happened?
Yeah.
So the light turns red. The guy pops out of my car, and he runs up next to him. He starts trying to slash the guy's tires. And the guy sees this, the perp.
Sure.
and he guns it, runs the light, whatever.
course.
So the guy comes running back. His pants will fall, and he was a bigger dude, right? He comes in, he's like, oh, and he's like, all right. And I said, I'm not gonna run the light and chase this guy now.
Yeah.
Like he thinks, you know. So I said, oh man, I think this one got away from us. And the guy looks at me
From us.
He goes, yeah, I included myself. He goes, yeah, could you just drop us back off at the Ross for less? He said Ross for less, by the way. Could you drop us back off at the Ross?
Right.
So I ended up just in silence driving these two defeated guys back there. That's how I sprung into action. I was
pretty
the
cool.
driver. I was the driver. I was a hero for a day.
I was with my son recently at Lids. And
I go ape shit. I go ape shit at Lids.
Lids for more. We're at Lids.
They are. They're expensive.
I love Lids. And we are inside, and my son's like, oh, can I get this hat, Dad? I go, yeah, of course, yeah. So we walk over to the register, and we're waiting to pay. We're next to line, and this guy comes in, and he's rapping like really loud, like obnoxiously loud, like a spectacle.
Just making a spectacle, yeah.
And just goes over and takes 4 hats and just walks out. And like, because he was making a spectacle, everybody stops. We're like, what's going on here? Like, and the dude just walked in. So we're waiting to pay, and then the guy just walked out, just took the 4 hats he wants, and then I'm like looking, and I'm like, and the guy's like, okay, next. And I was like, no, like, I'm not gonna, no, I put it back.
Yeah.
But I was like, why would I pay when you're just letting people, like, I don't know, it's just the principle
Of it, yeah.
And I understand, like, the employees are told not to go and pursue or whatever.
Right.
But still, it's just like, I was just sitting there like,
that's a weird experience for you.
why am I going to pay?
Spend my
if
hard-earned
you didn't
money.
pay?
Yeah, spend my hard-earned money for this overpriced cap. Yeah.
Yeah, very overpriced.
Oh, yeah.
Hats were like $25 pre-pandemic, and now they're all $38. You can't get a hat at Lids cheaper than $38.
Really? That's
just
the
a
going
normal,
price?
like,
That's,
shit hat.
that's tough
Yeah.
for you, too, because you wear a lot of hats.
I love hats.
You're a man of many
love
hats.
ball caps.
You're a director. You're a producer. You're a comedian. You're a father. You're a lover. You're a fighter. There's a lot for you.
Jeep chaser. Internationally.
You're an athlete. You're an international man of mystery.
An international man.
Did
of
you have to
mystery.
call 711 in Canada? How does that work? Is it 911 still, or did you have to call a different number?
I don't know. I asked the woman at the
Yeah,
bank to
dial it.
whatever receptionist or whatever.
And there were probably all sorts of like polite, like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
What's this
yeah.
all about? Okay.
You see the score of the Leafs game? But that was, I think those are the only two. There was one time my father would take my brother and I to the Clarion River. We get these life preservers, and we just float down the river. And my brother's 3 years younger than me. It was fun, though. Just floating down the river.
That sounds just lazy parenting. Your parents like, put this on.
It was cool.
Go. We'll see you downstream.
Well, he'd float with us. It was. I loved that. I thought it was cool. My brother.
But you hear yourself like it's a funny sentence.
Yes. But his foot got caught in a rock, and my father and I are floating, and you just hear "gut," and then we turn around, and there's like this little wave of like water
Over his head.
and he's popping up, and he's trying to catch his breath, and my dad turns around and he starts trying to
Swim upstream.
swim upstream. You
It's not
can't swim
salmon.
upstream.
It's not a salmon.
And I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh my God. So my dad's trying to swim, and I'm probably 10 years old at the time. I got to the side of the bank, and I just ran up the side of the bank.
You're big on running. You're like the T2.
And then I'm like the Asian T2.
Yeah.
And then I got to where he was, and I jumped in, and I kind of like started swimming towards him and got underwater and dislodged his foot and saved my brother's life. And knowing what I know now, I should have fucking let him drown. 100%. I would never have a gray hair on my head. My forehead would be so much smaller. I lost so much hair
Over your brother.
and nights over my little brother. Yeah.
I love how when I asked you about your story of heroisms, acts of heroism on Two Cool Moms.
Yeah.
The first one, that's a full-blown hero, saved your brother's life. The other one, you were like, I ran and made a phone call in Canada.
I made a 911 call in Canada. Yeah.
Or I dove underwater and saved a human's life. Wow.
Yeah. He knows it happened, but he would never be
Admit
like, oh yeah, my brother saved my life. One time.
Yeah, wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it.
Never.
Yeah. Foot stuck under a rock? That seems very movie-like.
Yeah, it would seem very little
like,
convenient.
Yeah, right, isn't
But
it?
his foot did, because every now and then you hit these little pockets, and you could kind of like moonwalk or whatever. But he just his foot.
Because your feet would touch at certain
got
points
caught,
and then
and
goes
he's-
under, yeah.
But
But this is what happens. This is why I don't let my kids float in a river. guys. So this is just all you parents at home that are just thinking of throw your kids in the river, let them float. Let this be a lesson.
Let this be the lesson. My dad's a horrible father. Okay, but we're not talking about dads.
No, we're talking about Two Cool Moms.
Talking about moms.
Thank you so much for submitting your dilemmas here at Two Cool Moms Pod, either on Instagram or at Two Cool Moms Pod at gmail.com. Email them in. We love you. Thanks for the love and support. We appreciate y'all. And let's get to it. Let's solve some problems.
Joe.
Here we go.
You're a man of many talents.
Many.
I know you said I wear many hats. You know, obviously we're in different tax brackets. You're more clairvoyant than I am. People have always said this about you. And I think this question in particular is directed towards you. This is coming to us from Valerie. Yeah, you know what I need advice on, so please help me.
That's it?
That's it. That's coming to us
Yeah,
from Valerie.
you know what I need some help on? Please.
So please help me.
All right.
You know
I know.
what Val needs help with.
All right, Val. I'm going to shoot you straight because most of your friends won't tell you this. It's because your breath stinks. Okay? So get out there, brush the chompers, and everything will be much better. You'll have more friends. You'll be able to interact more socially. You get that job promotion. All will be roses. Just you got to get up in there with the Colgates.
And it's not as easy as brushing. You're going to floss.
Yeah, you got to get in there. Get underneath because the rotting food is really what makes the stank. And you got some caught in you got some pockets, from some cavital pockets. You got to be careful.
I wear these damn Invisaligns, and it's the bane of my existence, right?
You do?
Oh, yeah. Because this tooth, this tooth is fake.
How long have you been wearing it?
Maybe, well, I had these other ones for like 2 years.
No.
And it didn't work at all.
This isn't true.
So I had to get new ones.
I've never seen you pop your teeth out.
Oh, yeah. Invisaligns?
I know, but I eat with you a lot. You don't have to do it now.
No, I always wash my hands, and then I pop them out.
When did you pop them out? We just had lunch. Where'd you put them?
Remember when I went to go, I wrapped them in a napkin, and I put them in my pocket.
I thought that was just doing a quick peeps, but you were doing a quick pops.
But I wear these, what was my point?
Invisalign.
Oh, I wear these damn Invisaligns, so they shift your teeth.
Yep.
Like every week, you can feel them kind of shifting or whatever. And what I realized is like all of a sudden these gaps are created in the because I always
and you get a little food stuck in there.
It's crazy how you get
a pumpernickel back there.
Oh, painful.
Sesame seed.
But there's something so satisfying when you make a pull.
Yeah.
It's like when you do a Q-tip, you're like, yeah,
like
I got it all out.
When you get a good booger.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you get a good, like you got a hard
like
crusted.
A boulder.
No, like a crusted, like you feel all crusted up and then you get up in there and it's like bink and you're good. Right? And you do it right in the airplane. Bink. Yes, I do. I do that. Sometimes, it's easy for me to pick my
nice
nose.
roll.
I'm the only guy I know that can use his whole fist when he picks his nose.
Excuse me?
I can use my whole fist. Got a huge nose. Like I feel something up there. Just
You're like the Camel Joe?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I love a good floss.
A floss is tough.
Love a good floss.
Well,
I have a water pick too.
I was just gonna say, I was literally gonna say that the thing that I bought and not used the most in my life is a water pick. I've bought and not used a water pick, full blown, unpackaged, not put in on the side, not used 4 to 5 times in my life.
It's the best feeling.
I know people love it.
I put warm water in it.
Oh, because
the key is warm.
Yeah, because it's like a treat.
It is.
It's like a jacuzzi in your mouth.
Put warm water in.
It's like a jacuzzi.
Put it in, hold it, and then just blast away,
Yep.
and you feel it all. And then you just you open your mouth and spit it out.
Blast that warm in there.
Oh my God, there's a lot of food in there.
You get some warm blasting in the morning to start your day. It's great. Did you get a nice warm blasting?
Yeah.
Did you? Who put you onto the water pick? The missus or the dentist?
You know when I needed it is when I broke my jaw.
Oh, so from that long ago.
From that long ago.
Really?
When I broke my jaw, my jaw was wired shut. And
that's how you had to do it?
Yeah. So I would have these milkshakes and I'd throw cookies in there. So I get all these bits of cookie in there and I just water pick it all out.
Oh my God.
And so ever since then
brought all the boys to the yard. Your cookie dough mouth brought all the boys to the yard. Did you? You're not supposed to put cookies in it though because you're not supposed to chew. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like crumble.
It would all get,
Oreo or Chips Ahoy?
Oh, all of it.
Oh yeah,
I would do sprinkles cupcakes.
Oh really?
There was one by me downtown LA when it happened. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I get fresh baked cookies right downstairs at Ralph's. Oh, 6th and Hope is where I lived. It was great.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's not a milkshake though. That becomes like a fat smoothie. That's like it's my version of a smoothie. People are like, I'll take a kale and spinach. I'll be like, I'll take a cupcake and chocolate chip cookie dough. Thank you.
It was the best. When you break your jaw and you can't eat, you don't realize, like, as a normal human being, how much advertising there is about like food.
Oh yeah.
So when you can't eat, you're constantly seeing like Golden Corral Wing Buffet, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, McDonald's, BK, and you're just like, oh God, I'd do anything for any of this stuff. So I'd just dump everything I could in those milkshakes.
How much did you lose when you did that? You had to have big weight swing.
I was down to 165.
American?
What, sorry?
American? Pounds or kilos? What are we talking?
Definitely pounds, yeah.
Wow.
I got gaunt. I looked like Christian Bale in the Machine.
Oh, did you?
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
now you look like Bert Kreischer in the Machine. Wow, that was a good one. Because he's big and fat in that.
I think we've got our social clip.
That was
funny. Yeah, my line was, if they were recasting the movie Philadelphia, I could have been cast that.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, Val, Joe knows.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Joe knew.
Hey, listen, take your time, figure it out, get advice from people you trust. That's what I would say.
That's it. It's coming to us from Alexa. Hola to my favorite mamacitas. I'm not Spanish, but I just thought it was fun.
Okay.
Anyways, I have two questions. First, if you both separately won the lottery, what would you do with it? Second, what's one tangible thing you cannot go one day without? Thank you, mommies, for making my days better with your voices. The next time you're both in Vegas, my husband and I would love to take you both out to Delilah at the Wynn. By the way, that's an awesome spot.
Really?
Delilah.
Where'd you go?
It's literally like Quality Bistro, but with like a nightlife vibe in there. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going out now.
Thank you for that offer, Alexa. So if we both won the lottery, what would you do with it? What would you do with your winnings? And what's the one tangible thing you couldn't go one day without?
I'd like to play the lottery game. Like everybody says all the same stuff, right? I would do a pay off the house, blah, blah, all those things, right? I would like to think what would be the one thing, like crazy thing that you would do with the money.
You'd get, yeah.
Like, because I'm going to do all
myself.
that stuff, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to treat yourself, right? I'm going to do all that stuff. I'm going to give money to people I care about, pay off the house, pay the bills, buy cars, do those things. I think the one thing I would probably do with it, let's say obnoxious amount of money. Okay, let's say you won $200 million.
Sure.
Take home $200 million. I probably would build my own robot. I'd get a robot built, and I'd want a robot in my house.
You would build like fucking Rocky IV?
I would get a robot. Yeah.
Hi, Polly.
Yeah.
Really?
I think I would get a robot.
What would the robot look like? Like a robot, or would it be like one of these AI?
No. Like a robot. I want people to know what they're dealing with when they come in the door.
Like a Japanese 50s wind-up toy robot.
Somewhere in between those two.
Okay.
Yeah, probably more like that. Yeah.
You wouldn't do like an AI cool like robot?
No. I
like
don't want that.
Human?
No, I want it to be kitschy. Like he's got a robot.
What's a robot going to do though?
Whatever I wanted to, really, because I could program it. But I would think like I would make it.
You're really excited about
this. I would like it probably to bring my midnight snacks. Like I would have it come to my bedroom because
the technology.
Well, that's it.
So you could just sit on a couch and have somebody deliver it to you.
Not the couch, in bed. My bane of my existence right now in my life is that I sleep with 8 dogs in my room. Okay, so when I want to get up, when Papa Bear is getting his rumbles in his tummies at 10:35 p.m., Bessie's already out cold.
Yeah,
I want to get something to eat.
Yeah.
I got to go downstairs and get my own snack. When I come back up, arf, everybody go nuts. Everybody has to resettle. It takes forever.
Does it wake Bessie up?
The dog's not really. No, she sleeps pretty much. They don't go super crazy, but it's enough that everybody has to get resettled. They're all eating. I'm eating, so they're all like trying to sit on me. So what I like to do is I would love if I had a robot who would just come upstairs and bring my 10:35 p.m. snack.
That's how you reward yourself.
I think that'd be my weird thing I would spend some winnings on. Yeah.
Fuck that. That's lame.
Okay, what's yours?
You ready?
Go ahead.
Are you ready? I'd buy the Batmobile.
Okay.
I'd absolutely buy the Batmobile. And I would go everywhere.
Would you drive in it?
Everywhere in the Batmobile.
Okay.
100%. And actually, it might be a coin flip between the DeLorean or a Batmobile.
The DeLorean's tough for you. A lot of in and out. Low. What? you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that.
Batmobile's
cooler than a DeLorean, I think. As far if you're doing like straight up, kitschy, like the Batmobile is like a statement.
I'm going 60s Batmobile.
Of course, no, you got to go open top. You know,
with the
red globe.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you got the fucking the caution thing falling. That's the one you.
Dude, how cool! I mean, that's the coolest car.
For sure,
coolest.
Yeah, I feel like somebody owns that won the lottery. Who owns that car now?
You know who owns
the TV one?
Jeff Dunham owns the '89 Batmobile.
No, I mean the one from like the TV series.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where that is.
I wonder who owns that. Somebody has to. I think somebody
prior
famously,
to I would have said Dukes of Hazzard, but you get canceled if you drive that thing.
Probably.
But
because that's a huge
Hazard,
Confederate.
General
Lee,
huge Confederate. That was the coolest car in the world.
That was a pretty cool car. Well, the thing was it had a very slide-worthy roof, roof, like not roof. What's the word I'm looking for? Hood. Yeah, the hood was very slide-worthy.
Yeah,
I love that. Did you ever try to slide across the hood? I did my first true story. Dented my mother's car. My father hated. My father made me pay for it. I ran and I was like trying to be cool, and I tried to slide one thing and conk right into my mom's white Saturn.
Right,
big ass print. My dad was like, "Okay, well, you're paying for that," and then I had to go get it done. It was like $300, and I had to get it done.
I'm a sucker for any movie where it's a comedy and somebody slides across and falls. It's like
I'll
always laugh.
The best.
Who owns the Batmobile?
It's a gentleman named Rick Champagne who bought the car for $4.2 million.
After winning the lottery?
No, he's an Arizona-based logistics company owner. So if you got a logistical problem, people call Rick. And he bought the car for $4.2 million. It's the original Batmobile, the Adam West Batmobile.
Adam West, that's
dude,
so
how cool
great.
Is that?
You think he's driving it around for 4.2?
I bet he isn't. But if I was him,
I would.
If you got the money to spend on the Batmobile,
you're
take
driving
it everywhere.
Well, he probably gives it on loan to some things too. You know, that's what a lot of people don't realize, that it's an investment because you get Chicago back from places that have events. Like if they're doing a Batman's 100th anniversary or whatever, they'll call you up and be like, "Hey, name your price. This Batmobile's got to be here," and then people lease them back for like these big events.
Car shows will pay to have it.
Yep.
When we had Sullivan's Son, you could do anything on the Warner lot, right? And they have the Warner Museum. So it was the Christian Bale movies were coming out, Dark Knight Rises, and they had this big event where they had all the Batmobiles on display, and it was so cool to see the Keaton one, Val Kilmer, George Clooney. Then the Tumbler.
Yeah.
Like it was all there. It was so cool. And they had the
bike.
The Bat bike from Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah, they bust out of it. It's cool.
Fucking, they're so cool looking.
That is to be able to, could you imagine like that's your job? You had to design that. Like it's like, oh, you're the prop master for the show movie. Like go ahead, make that.
Yeah.
How fun.
Even the new Batman, they had like a muscle car version. Did you see the new one?
Yep.
With Riddler?
Yeah.
So awesome.
I
definitely buy the Batmobile.
So the Batmobile is a good purchase.
Yeah.
That's good.
4.2 mil.
You could buy multiple ones of that for the 200. You could buy both probably. You could buy the DeLorean and that.
I wonder how much it would be to custom make your own Batmobile. I bet it'd be cheaper.
Probably
cheaper.
Maybe.
To do a replica.
Definitely.
Well, yeah. I mean, the replica, you're paying for the quiche.
Yeah.
Of it all. It's like that's the real one. You know what I mean?
Right. Fuck it. I'd make a replica. That's what I'd do. Second, what's one tangible thing you could not go one day without?
One tangible thing? I would say my 3 p.m. coffee. I got to have my 3 p.m. coffee.
Really?
My midday coffee defines my day. For sure. I need it.
So your 3 p.m. coffee is like my lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I cannot wait for that.
Yeah. I have to have a 3 p.m. And it feels like, you know what? I might even say Jiggy a casino coffee. I will say for me, when I'm gambling, if I have a cup of coffee in my hand, I'm having so much more fun, and I actually feel luckier. If that makes any sense, it doesn't. But I just like feel like it's more of a thing if I have my casino coffee.
Right.
Like if I end up like losing some money at a crap, Jiggy's been with me at a craps table. If I end up losing some money, I'll be like, oh, I don't even have a coffee. And then I'll be like, oh, I might be, But then I'll be like, oh, this was one expensive cup of coffee. But like, I think a cup of coffee is a tangible thing I can't go out without. Coffee is a big part of my life. Yeah.
Do you have one in the morning?
I do. I have 3 cups a day.
That's not healthy for you, right?
I don't know.
I don't know much about coffee.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah. I love the smell of coffee.
Yeah, I know. That's why you smell my breath all the time. He says, Joe, breathe in my face. What'd you have? The hazelnut?
I would say a book. I have to have a book.
You do. Or a documentary. I would say it's a big part of your life, honestly. I
love docs, but I love every time I fly, I have to have a book.
For both of us, I don't know how our life would be good without movies.
Oh, dude, movies are the greatest.
I would. Oh man, I might replace coffee with movie.
Really?
I might. Movies are such a huge part of my life.
See, everybody watches streaming. You got to see the show. You got to see. I'm like, I'll just watch a movie.
Yeah.
I just watched The Killing by Stanley Kubrick. This great kind of like heist film.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of it.
Nice.
And so I was watching this documentary
About it.
on Stanley Kubrick. And I was like, The Killing. Wow, I got to see that. And remember the police chief in Godfather that Pacino shoots?
Oh, yeah.
He's the lead in it, and he's young and handsome.
Really?
I was like, wow, this guy's like charismatic.
Did you make the connection or you knew that before?
I knew it as soon as I watched it. I was like, holy shit, he's from The Godfather. And I looked on my Apple TV because you go down the cast and see the other movie.
Oh, I love
and
that
so
they do that now.
I checked that out, and he was in it, and he was the lead. And it's one of those endings where it's just like, wow.
Don't tell people.
I won't tell you, but it's very like Ocean's 11.
Really? Great.
Where it kind of hits you like, oh my God.
So it's called The Killing? I've never seen it. I should say
The
it.
Killing, great film,
All right.
black and white, and just again like Kubrick, the way he shoots things, it just aesthetically they look unlike any other film. I don't know what it is about it.
Would you say, so if you had, now you have to go book or movie, which is your tangible?
Between book or movie, I absolutely say movie because I probably watch one a night or a doc a night when I'm home. I'm home. And when I'm on the road, I definitely watch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A doc or a movie after the shows. Yeah.
What's Jess doing? Watch a movie with you? Watching half of it, falling asleep?
She
Are you not watching it in the bedroom?
She doesn't. We film in the bedroom. We don't watch.
Yeah, of course. Like all good documentary. The guys, get your mind out of the gutter. They're making a documentary about being married.
Yeah. No, she doesn't. She works so hard all day that when it's like 8:30, she's like, "Good night." I'm like, "Really? You can't watch anything?" She's like, "I would, but I'm exhausted."
She's saying Bessie's all dogged out. Same way. Done.
So,
Dunsky.
but me, I'm like, I'll be up till 2 or 3 in the morning watching.
What time does Jess get up in the morning?
She's a morning person. I'm not.
Bessie's up 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah, with the dogs and stuff.
Jess will get up at 6:30.
Yeah, 5:36.
Maybe 7.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, but I'm also, and you are too, but I think because of our lifestyles, we're night owls. I mean, we're getting on stage at 9 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I don't know. I would wonder, I mean, a lot of movies come out of books, but not a lot of books come out of movies. There's not a movie first and somebody writes a book about it. Did that ever happen? No, right? That's not a thing, right? A movie to book, book to movie happens.
I actually think that's a very 1980s thing. Like you saw a lot of those like Indiana Jones movies would come out and then they would write the novelization of it.
Yeah, you'd have
or Star Wars came out.
A series
and
of that stuff. Yeah.
No, Star Wars was books too? No.
No, but they would go back.
No, you're right. They went back to book. Okay, so I'm an asshole. I'm a complete stupid asshole. Next question.
I agreed with you.
That I'm a complete
no, I agree
asshole?
with you, but I think then we're both assholes.
Okay.
All right, this is coming to us from Anetta. How do I help a friend get over a relationship? The man she fell in love with had a previous marriage and a child. Chose drugs and alcohol, lost that relationship. He would call my friend since they were friends and get a woman's perspective and advice. That's how he got her hooked. Lo and behold, they started dating and had a kid. The minute he found out she was pregnant,
Here we go.
this is not funny. I'm so sorry. The minute he found out she was pregnant, he kicked her out. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's just so factual.
It's definitely not funny, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's fucking awful.
Sounds like a short story.
Then he found out she was pregnant. He kicked her out, and she had to move back in with her mom. He's cheated on her, spent all his money on drugs and alcohol, threw away his relationship with her and their kid. She's still in love with him and wants to help him. I don't know what to do or say anymore. I think I need Two Cool Moms' help. You guys are older and wiser and maybe can help me out. Thank you.
Wow, that's a whole morsel of situation going on there.
You can only do so much.
That's the
It's
bottom
not your
line.
responsibility.
Mama Steve, you nailed the hammer on the head there. You really hammerhead sharked it.
Mama say,
Mama
makusa.
Mama says. You're right. I mean, there is literally only so much you could do because at the end of the day, it's not your life, not your problem. Like I know wanting to be there for your friends. I've seen many friends make many bad choices and have had to help them to the best of my ability. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you could do.
Yeah, you can be supportive. You can be there for your friend. But, she ultimately is going to make these decisions. And I think it's that person's in a difficult situation because not only did she get like dumped and kicked out of the house, she has a kid with the guy.
Yeah.
So I think anybody would
And he's
be
not paying.
yearning for it too, but he's not right.
He's probably
sick.
not helping to pay or anything like
Yeah.
that too. So she's probably
He's
dealing with all
addicted.
that.
He's an addict. It sounds like.
Yeah, I've had friends in my life where situations have gotten too big for me to handle, and the only way that I knew how to handle them was to remove myself from the situation. I had friends who fell in the, late 90s, early 2000s, fell into drugs, and I wasn't a drug taker.
Right.
But we'd all go out together and have a good time.
Sure.
And it got to a point where I was the only one that was sober, and it started affecting my night, and I wasn't having fun. I didn't feel right about any of it. And I was like, I remember sitting them all down, talking to them. It was literally all of them and me, and I was the only one not doing anything. And I was like, guys, this just isn't fun for me anymore. So I'm not gonna do this anymore. I said, I wish you guys all the best, but this is not my kind of thing. I'd love to hang out with you, like, when we're not going out and stuff, but I can't go out anymore.
Yeah.
And I remember that talk. Right after that talk, one of my friends said, "Oh no, I just won't do anything anymore." Then, right in that moment, I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." He goes, losing you or losing this is like, no way. I didn't beat you."
Nice.
So I was like, "Oh, so that was cool." So maybe it might be a situation where you can be like, "Hey, like I've done all I can. It's
Right.
affecting me now. It's hurting me watching you hurt.
Sure.
I'm just gonna wish you the best, and hopefully you'll be okay." And it might take something like that for her to realize, wow, I need to really think about this in a different way, of like the people that love me and support me, are telling me, and it might make their ears open in a different way.
Yeah, you hope so. Obviously, when there's a child involved, you hope for the best for the kid. But boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That's a big one. Well, that's what we handle here, Two Cool Moms. It's not all bread and butter. It's not all what's your favorite tangible thing or what movie you like. Sometimes we put our sleeves up.
The weeds, as they call it, the weeds of life.
Yeah, I would, if you feel like you've done as much as you could with this friend, but there also might be more that you can do. Think about what you can do. Think about, honestly, take a look in the mirror and be like, have I done everything I can to help this person and realize what they could do?
Yeah.
If you feel like it, like you said, there's only so much you can do. And if you feel like you've done everything you can, you just have to exist in this reality for your friend.
Sure. I can't believe he kicked her out when she was pregnant.
That's a hard, low life move, But hey, we don't have all the information.
It's like something you joke about.
Yeah.
Like you don't really.
It's like you wrote that story. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the poor girl. I hope whomever she is,
sending love her way.
Yeah, but the good news is, it sounds like she's got a great friend.
That is what we call the silver lining.
You are pretty cool.
Pretty cool, baby.
It's coming to us from Julian. Hey, guys, I have a question for both of you. So right now, I'm a junior in high school, and I'm getting kind of upset at myself in my PE class. I'm always one of the last people picked to be on someone's team, and I understand why, because I have terrible hand-eye coordination at sports. But I feel like most people in my class could be talking bad about me behind my back because I suck. I was born with spastic cerebral palsy, where my leg muscles are really tight, so it's harder for me to keep up when it comes to moving fast or anything. No one knows, though, because it's mild, so I look completely normal. And I don't want to tell everyone I'm unathletic just because I'm disabled, because to me it seems like an excuse,
right,
or like I want attention. I just want to ask you guys if I should be telling people about my disability or if I should just do something else. I hope this wasn't too much to read and isn't a Debbie Downer kind of question. Thanks. Julian.
That's a thank you, Julian, for writing in. I appreciate it.
It's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good question. My first thing, do I tell people about my disability? Okay, so the first thing that you have to, in my opinion, do is accept your full self. Like, this is part of you. You're not, it's different than keeping like a secret. It's kind of more like, this is a part of you and it's actually impacts part of your life. So people aren't going to see it as an excuse, I don't think. I think that people will just be more under, which I hope, and because I hope for the best of humanity, but I think people would understand that, oh, this is the result of something. Because I know if I flip and reverse it, if I miss Elliot this shit, and I'm looking at it from the flip side, I'm on the other side of the mirror saying, who's the fairest of them all? I would say it's Julian.
Right.
Because the thing for me is, if I knew that that was the reason, I would feel like shit. If I was making, and I'm not saying that's making fun of him, but I would feel like shit and I wouldn't make fun of him. Right. So, And he doesn't 100% know that they are making fun of him, but he feels like it. So,
Yeah.
but I would just say, I think you need to embrace that part of your personality, and that's part of who you are. That's what you're dealing with. That's your reality. So embrace it and live your life as that person, not trying to put up a front that you are something you're not.
Yeah, I really respect the fact that Julian hasn't made himself a victim.
Yeah.
And like in this day and age, we're just like, oh, I have a slight, and here's why you should, find solace or, give me more likes or whatever the case might be. I really respect the fact that Julian has kind of kept this to himself. I don't know. I always just go back to that template of the Rudyard Kipling poem, If. And it's talking about, it doesn't matter what people say. It's just about your own truth. The whole poem is just keeping your own truth. It doesn't matter if people lie about you. You don't get too high on your horse, all these things. I think it's one of those things where it's like going back to what you're saying. Yeah, you know who you are. Embrace yourself. Appreciate who you are. And those hiccups make you who you are at the end of the day. And it shapes your outlook on life, how you interact with people. I guarantee Julian's a hell of a lot more sympathetic
For sure.
to anybody with a slight than 9 times out of 10 people, So I think just live your own truth. Go through it. Just go, okay, they don't understand, but it's also like I don't need to brag about it.
No.
I just keep it to myself. It is what it is. There's plenty of things I'm not good at.
Yeah, for sure.
But my wife will tell you. It's where to begin.
Where to end, really. I would think this also brings up another weird point where people always say it doesn't matter what like other people say or what other people are saying. But in this part, it's affecting his reality in a way, because it's kind of like when somebody says something to you and they don't understand the whole truth and you have the whole truth, right? And you kind of just want to be like, stupid.
Right.
Like, this is why. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's dealing with that, because it makes it even harder if you understand why and people don't understand why.
Sure.
And people are saying things, right? So, I mean, I just go back to that is who you are, so be your true self.
But I'll also tell you this. He's got another year and a half of it.
Yeah, true.
So think of it that way. You got one more year to plow through. You're a junior now. Then you'll be a senior. You never have to deal with this shit again.
Yeah.
And 10, 15 years from now, it'll be a blip on the radar. And again, it just shapes your character and who you are and defines you as a person. And I think anytime you have, any hiccup or anything, it just...
Or the hiccups in general.
Or the hiccups in general.
Yeah.
I think it really makes you a more empathetic and sympathetic person as you forge forward in your own life. So as much as it may seem like a handicap, it's actually a strength, I think, as you go forward and you're interacting with people and meeting people, especially as you go off to college or the workplace or whatever. So I think you got a bright future ahead of you, Julian, and I think the fact that you've kept this kind of to yourself, it's almost like having a superpower.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
we love you, Julian.
Yeah, Julian.
And just,
I love
it's
you.
okay.
I'll never play basketball with
Yeah,
you.
you suck. I'm going to pick
Especially
you
if it's
last.
for like money, like what men can't jump. Like
For sure.
Fuck no, you're not on my
thank you,
team,
buddy. But
Absolutely not.
we, you're a nice guy.
But by the way, I'd be right next to you because basketball is the worst sport for me. I'm horrible at it.
Really, it's the only one I'm actually I'm not good at it.
So I would get picked last in that, 100%.
Hockey's the number one for you if you have to play.
Hockey's my number one.
Mine's tied between bowling and volleyball.
Those aren't sports.
Mm-hmm. That says the man who can't play neither.
Should we do one more? One more? We got...
This is Jiggy telling us it's 45 minutes. He goes like this. He goes like this.
There's not even 1-5 in there.
He goes like that.
It's like, what is this? He's going like this.
Are you practicing miming? We should get maybe a light or something. We should make this spotlight go this siren go. There you go. That works. That's the way to do it.
Okay, this is coming to us from, I can't get, James. I have a weird 1 in a million situation. I was on a bachelor party trip to Charleston, South Carolina. The groom and other groomsmen were being assholes to me, and we were there for 4 days. And the last evening, I had enough of it and walked off from the group. I told them I'm heading to this bar nearby and didn't want to talk to them. They kept on trying to talk to me, but I just would stay silent. A couple days later, I text them, and I'm like, ready to talk now.
In 2 days, they decided they couldn't trust me and kicked me out of the wedding.
Ooh.
I told them, well, then, you're going to just have to pay for this $600 suit I just got. They told me no at the time. But then I sent a letter acting like I talked to a lawyer. After that, they were willing to talk and paid me. It's been almost 2 months since the wedding. Should I cut my losses and not try to mend things, or how do I go about mending things? I've always been closer to the bride than the groom. Wow. That's crazy.
That is nuts. So they kick him out of the he's not having a good time. What's going on at the bachelor party that he doesn't like it? Maybe it's getting a little too crazy. It's not for him, not his speed.
The groom and the other groomsmen were being assholes to me. We were there for
to him. So he's getting picked on. He didn't like the way he's being treated. So you have the right to remove yourself in that situation. Fine.
But he's closer to the bride.
Yeah. So
maybe they felt obligated. We should bring him.
Yep.
So that's the first part.
Yep. Well, how much do you miss the bride? Great, because it all ends with the most telling sentence at the end there is, I'm more close with the bride anyway. Okay, so how much do you miss having the bride in your life as a friend, right? So then...
Dude, cut your losses.
Yeah, I would just get out of that situation. For me, there's no mending. There's no need for that.
She's a friend. She's married. She's going to be, over time, she's going to spend more time with her husband and just,
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can check in with her, send her a text every now and then. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Yeah, check your Facebook.
Dickhead husband. Yeah, and just, who cares? The suit, take it. Who cares?
He got the money for it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's something for you. I'm just going to go the other side. This guy pretends to be a lawyer to get his $600. That tells you the kind of person he is. That's the letter he sends.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
He's just a liar.
Yeah. Well, $600 on a suit.
$600. I mean,
good suit.
That's good. You got your money back. But I think you got your money back.
Forever. You keep your. It's not like It's not like you only were going to wear that suit to just one wedding. It's not like it's the Grammys.
For sure.
You're going to wear that suit forever.
Yeah. No, I think I agree. I don't think there's anything to mend here, my friend. I think you move on.
Yeah,
that's it. I said, you check in with because the bride knows the whole situation. I'm sure.
Yeah.
He used to be in the wedding. Now he's not. She had to get the scoop skitty doop from the friend here, from the boyfriend turned fiance turned husband.
Yeah, if you turn about face and don't even go to the wedding, it's like it's over.
Yeah, I think you've already decided there's no mending.
Yeah,
I think maybe here. I mean, the only thing that I'm worried about is like, what made him say this? Does he not want to look like a jerk? Does he genuinely miss his friendship? Mm-hmm. What's the motivator behind this all? Why do you want to get back into it?
Yeah, why
For me, at this point, I would just keep going, move on. I think we're in agreement here, the two cool moms.
Yeah, that's what we call some pretty cool advice.
From two cool moms.
Yeah. I know it might not be what you want to hear, but that's just how we play it. It's just nice and cool.
Cool, guys. This is what we do.
Cool
guys,
moms.
That's it. The minivan's been started. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate you. Thanks for submitting your questions.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing, please. And, of course, come to see us live on the road, Stevie.
Yes. I have all my dates posted on my website and Punch Up Live, and there's specials at Punch Up Live you guys can check out. Mm-hmm. Crowd work. New late night special, and we got Two Cool Moms Live that's coming up very soon on Punch Up Live as well.
Yes, and all my tour dates you can see JoeGattoOfficial.com. Coming to a city near you.
Gatto Pups and Friends.
Gatto Pups and Friends. You want to support the cause? Help us out with all these puppies.
Yes.
And that's it. Cool, Mommy. I'll see you next time.
All right, we did it. Thanks, guys.
These mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us and review us. Follow us on all social media and subscribe to our YouTube.